What's up, guys? Big Papa Drock back with another Raid Shadow Legends video. And as always, guys, hope you're having a phenomenal day. We just had Christmas. We're about to have New Year's, guys. And we're going to do a little raid in review today, a little 2025 look back to see just how this year went for Raid. I'm going to pick three of my favorite things that I think Plarium did well this year. But overall, we're going to cover some of the other stuff as well, because it was kind of a crazy year for Raid. But before we get into that, guys, just do me a huge favor and let me know one thing that you are looking forward to in 2026. I'm planning on doing a year in review for myself in addition to this video, but would love to just read some comments about that, about what you're looking forward to doing, and maybe one or two things you're proud that you accomplished this year as well. But back to Raid Shadow Legends. Man, this year was kind of a crazy one, guys. I think it started off rough, if I'm going to be completely honest. It started off rough, and I was very concerned for the direction of Raid through the first half of this year, really until about July or August. And I wasn't sure if the game was going to really persist, to be completely honest. I felt like it was in a rut. I've seen other content creators talk about this. And so the first half of the year had me kind of nervous, but then I am really happy to say that Plarium absolutely nailed the second half of the year. Just so many really good changes that came to the game. I really am honestly surprised at some of the decisions they made that were so good and positive. And so we're going to share some of those. But before we do, let's talk about some of the overall kind of like honorable mention things that came out this year that I think are worth highlighting. First and foremost, live arena seasons. Cool that they finally put a season mode in. That was something that I wanted for a long time. It's not one of my top 3 changes, but something that I felt was worth mentioning. Obviously, artifact quick crafting was another thing. So the ability to quickly craft artifacts, another really nice quality of life improvement. There were a lot of small things, little balance patches, stuff like that, and other game modes that came into play. Faction Wars Hard, not my personal favorite. But at least it's new content. And then, of course, more relics. So there's a lot of like small things they did over the course of the year. But there were really, I think, 3 big things that stood out to me as just like slam dunk home runs. And we're going to go in reverse order. We're going to start with number 3, which is the Tavern improvements. We have needed some significant Tavern improvements for a long time. And finally, Plarium, I think, got this right. Is it perfect? Maybe not, but is it a massive improvement from what we had for the first 6 years in Raid? Absolutely. This was extremely well done. Like the Tavern, the ability to do, brews to level people up faster, just a massive quality of life improvement that was desperately needed for such a long time. So very well done on that front. Then my number 2 thing, and I want to do an entire video on this, so I'm not going to go too in depth on it, but it's Grim Forest, guys. It's Grim Forest. I'll just sum it up here. I think this is the best PvE content that Raid has dropped probably in 5 years. And there are a lot of reasons why. And again, I want to do an entirely different video, really diving deeper into what makes this mode so good and why I hope they continue to, do things like this in the future. But all in all, this was an absolute smash hit. Just really, really, really well executed. Really took me by surprise. I had 0 hopes for any kind of really good PvE content, and this absolutely changed the game for me. So another absolute just well done to Plarium on this. This was exceptionally well done. And then the most impactful thing that I think Raid did this year, and I would imagine you guys agree with me. And by the way, let me know in the comments down below what your favorite 3 were, and if you agree with me on these 3. But the number 1 thing, and I still to this day can't believe they actually changed this because they said they wouldn't. It's free regearing, guys. Free regearing, man. It's crazy that it took this long, but when we had that meeting with the Plarium devs back in, I think, June or maybe beginning of July, they told us it wasn't going to happen. And within 2 months, it was in the game. And my God, I am so thankful that they changed their mind, because you just didn't realize how frustrating paying silver is to switch gear around on your champions and how limiting it is. And this was far and away the best change that Plarium has made, probably in the entire history of the game. I mean, it was and is absolutely game changing. I think it is well worthy of the #1 spot. Being able to change gear on champions, to switch stuff out, to play with builds allows for so much more experimentation. Just an absolute coup that they finally gave this to us. So by far my #1. Those are my top 3, by the way. So let me know in the comments down below what yours are. But on the whole, if I'm going to be completely honest, I think 2025 was probably Raid's best year yet. Um, and look, I know Plarium asked us to make these videos, but I was planning on doing this anyway, and that's genuinely how I feel. Are there things that could be improved about the game? Are there stuff that I want to see changed? Absolutely. Yes, there's still a lot of stuff that I think needs to be addressed, but I've been begging for years for Plarium to spend a year really working on quality of life. And I feel like that's what this year was. It was quality of life improvements. It took a long time to get there, and we're not all the way where we want to be, but from the tavern to, the regearing costs to the artifact crafting, like there were a lot of quality of life things, to the increased artifact and accessory storage, massive amounts. That's another honorable mention, by the way. Finally, 2,000 accessories necessary, 2,000 artifacts necessary. um it's just like, it's what I've wanted for a long time, which is improve the quality of life, make the game easier to play, make it more fun to play on a day-to-day basis. And I really think they did a great job of that. So to me, this is probably the best year Raid has had in a very long time, if not ever. So kudos, well done, Plarium, and very, very, very happy. Now my hope is that the remaining things that are on my list, and I'll make a video about this too, but the remaining things that I want to see change, I hope get fixed in 2026. But you can't say that Plarium didn't do a great job in 2025. So one of the other things that they asked us as well, speaking about great things in 2025, they asked us to talk about 3 content creators in the Raid program who made an impact on us this year. And so I want to tell you my 3. Many of you know this was a very challenging year for me health-wise. And again, I'm going to go into that more in another video, recapping my own personal year. But really, my lens here is just 3 of the people that I felt really kind of stood out to me in that regard. And the first and foremost, and this is no surprise, is my good friend Ash. Um, you know, Such an incredible human being Ash is. I'm so lucky to get to say that he is a friend. And obviously, we've done content together now for years. But man, he has been so supportive through this crazy health battle that I've been dealing with, and I can't thank him enough. And so for that reason, he is on this list. So Ash, if you see this video, dude, thank you so much. Your support, your caring, your kindness genuinely means the world to me. And I am so lucky to have a friend like you in my life. Then the next content creator that I want to talk about is my good buddy Bront. Bront and I had a couple really fun collabs this year, and I feel like he has such a good approach to the game that is different than me, and so it was a lot of fun doing those collabs. He was also very kind about my health and asking how I'm doing. I owe him a collab. So Bront, if you see this, dude, thank you so much for your patience with me, as well as for your caring and kindness as well. And then the third one is my buddy. I'm Roadblock. I'm Roadblock, such a nice dude. When I was streaming all the time before I started to have health issues, it was always a pleasure to see him in chat. But he was so just incredibly just grateful and kind, and I think just someone who really you could tell really cares about the people in his life, and that extends to the Raid content creator family. And look, those are just my 3, because Plarium asked for 3, to be completely honest. But I could name so many people here. I mean, people that checked in on me after I was in the hospital, from scratch to Hell Hades, to even people that are outside the Raid sphere or Raid official content creator thing, like Fastidious. There's so many names that I could put down here. I'm going to forget them all, and so if I forgot you, I apologize. But to all of you content creators, and also to the community that have stood by me in one of my more challenging years, I just want to say a really heartfelt thank you. Means a lot. Means a lot to me. So okay, those are the 3 content creators. Those are my top 3 things for Raid, and then we have 3 more things that I'm supposed to talk about. Let me Let me actually look this up. Oh, yes, my raid achievements. My raid achievements this year, guys. Okay, I'll tell you. One pops in my head right away. And that is I finally got the top dog badge. Where is this dang thing? The top dog, it's somewhere here. It's the one, here it is. Top dog. Okay. Taking first on a global leaderboard. I've never taken first on a global leaderboard for anything, obviously. But even before these badges came out, and I finally did in a Sand Devil, Sand Devil competition. So this was a cool one. I really enjoyed getting to snag this one. Personal raid achievements. Honestly, this was a year less about achievements for me in raid and more about just finding my love of the game again, especially with everything going on in my personal life. And so here, recording this video right before the new year, before we go into 2026, I'm just happy that I really started to enjoy raid again. And I think a lot of that comes down to decisions that Plarium made. And again, I think there's some incredible decisions they can make next year that will make it even better, specifically around PvP and things of that nature. But I've been a content creator for this game now for 4.5 years, almost 5 years, something I never expected happening. And I guess I'm just thankful. I'm thankful to be in this position. I'm even more grateful than before, given how hard it is for me now to record some of these videos. I'm just thankful. I'm thankful to get to share my passion for this game, both positive and negative, with all of you guys. I'm extremely grateful that people still watch and interact and comment. That's my raid achievement, that I'm enjoying the game, that I'm, enjoying things that I haven't enjoyed for a while, and that I feel like the game is headed in a positive direction. Like, am I top 10 in live arena anymore? No. Maybe that'll be my big thing next year as I go back towards pushing towards PvP and that stuff. But just grateful and thankful to be in this position to even talk about a game online at all and for people to want to watch. So look, guys, that's the gist of it. Bottom line, I think it was a great year for raid. I do genuinely think it was a great year, and I'm so happy to get to say that. I don't want to be negative on the game. I want to be happy, and I'm happy to say that I think raid had its best year yet in 2025. But that's just my opinion. Why don't you let me know what you think? Do you agree with me? Do you think this was raid's best year ever? Do you think it was maybe its second best or third best? What were the things you liked the most? I would love to hear what you guys think. But in my opinion, Plarium, well done. You turned it around. You had a great second half of the year, and I hope you carry this momentum into 2026 with even better and more amazing changes for raid in the future. I want to see this game last a very long time, and I think it will. I think it's in a really good place. So thank you guys so much for watching. Like, subscribe, hype the video, all that fun stuff. As always, I appreciate your support, and thank you so much for being on this journey with me. Have a wonderful rest of your day and a happy new year, guys. I will catch you all soon. Big Papa Drock out.